good morning to you. It's Sunday the 19th of June 2022 and today I'm taking the Swamp Duck down the River Trent, and I'm going to turn off when I get to Trent Junction. I'm going to go up the Erywash Canal. I'm going to go as far as Sandy Acre Lock Cottage, which is where Steve and I got to when we took the kayak, Kenny the kayak, out on its maiden voyage. So I thought I would approach it from the other end this time. So that involves us going up about 4 locks and going through Long Eaton. I am going quite slowly at the moment because this is the beginning of the river fishing season, and the fishermen have come out in force all along the bank here. So I don't want to go too fast and upset them from the word go. So I'm going quite a slow pace and trying to stay over onto the starboard side here, keep out of the way. So I'm coming up to the turn now for the Erywash. The way to approach the turn to the Erywash, particularly if you're in a longer boat, in a narrow boat, then you need to go past the junction and virtually turn around and come back on yourself. It's just that the way that the entrance is angled, it makes it a lot easier. People have taken the wall out before now, and it's recently been replaced, so I don't want to risk hitting the wall. So you go a little bit further down the Trent and then turn around, because there's plenty of space here, and come back to it. Okay, so I've had to empty the lock a little bit. It wasn't full by any means, it's just the fact that the other gates are quite leaky. So I've just opened the one gate. And I'm just gonna head for the lock ladder on the starboard side. Okay, so I've just opened one gate again. So just at the back of me you've got a tea room and you've got a pub. And then just over here on this starboard side you've got a facilities block with a toilet and Elsan, and that's your last opportunity to do that. I think there's water as well, but this is your last opportunity on the area wash canal until you get to the other end. So if you're coming this way and you're short on water, then you need to make sure you fill up here. At one time these houseboats on the side here, they would have been taken down and put on the Trent during the summer and then brought back up here during the winter months, but I don't think they bother with that anymore. Hiya. We're coming up to Mills Dockyard. It's been here a few years, I think. Bridge number 2, another footbridge. There are quite a lot of moored boats, as you can see on this canal at the beginning here. These are quite nice residential moorings. So I'm having to just go a tick over. There are a couple of moorings here on the towpath side. So just going under bridge 2B, which is a railway bridge, and again there are a few mooring spots at the side here. One of the issues with the area wash canal isn't the fact that it's shallow at all. It isn't. It's just that it does get a lot of weeds. So they can get a bit annoying when they get wrapped around your prop. So here are some moorings coming up. And we're just coming up to Bridge 2C, which again is a railway bridge. This is a main line one. This is a train that goes from the Derby area down to Nottingham and then on to London. There's a train just gone across. Tomorrow there aren't supposed to be any trains because it's the first day of a national rail strike. Well, there's a marina there. I think that one's Long Eaton Marina. So we're now coming up to a more residential area, and these houses have some really nice gardens that back onto the canal. Just coming up to a bend, we go under a bridge, and then on the port side there's a sea cadet training place, and it always used to have a very annoying alarm, so it's obviously done on motion sensor, so if you go anywhere near it, it starts to make a horrendous noise and tells you to stay away. It must get on people's nerves. Yeah, it's actually the 15th Long Eaton Sea Scout and Guide group, but it hasn't gone off yet, so... So we're just at the side of Tamworth Road. And we keep this at the side of us for quite a way now. So we're well and truly in the heart of Long Eaton. The town centre's not too far away. On the port side there are some playing fields, and then there are the local swimming baths. The West Park swimming pool, which I frequent at least once a week. Over on the starboard side is the Church of St Francis of Assisi. St Francis of Assisi is a very interesting guy, and it's somebody that I did a thesis on when I was studying for my master's degree in theology. On the starboard side is the Barge Inn, and there are moorings just here very conveniently. Okay, so I've changed the battery on the front camera, taken all the data off and put it onto the laptop, and I'm off again. I can increase the revs a little bit. So far I've been doing about 2 miles an hour this morning. It's as high as I got really, so I'm just going to give it a real burst and do 3 or 4. Maybe I ought to slow down, there's a police van. Yeah, I can just see the lock now, just coming up to it, and there's the inevitable fisherman, just to make life interesting. Now I remember this lock, you do need to moor up quite a way from it if you can, because when you open the sluices, it does have quite a really ferocious bywash. If you're not careful, you can end up losing the boat. Of course the fishermen are just in the right place. Okay, so that's long lock done, first one. So there's one more to do before we get to San Diego lock. Did go past some quite industrial areas, warehouses with chimneys and so on. I can hopefully make a little bit of headway now because there's nothing moored up, and you'll have noticed that I haven't actually passed any other moving boats. That is just the nature of the area wash, it just isn't used. It's a great shame because it's a really interesting canal. This is bridge number 6. So if you do decide to moor up around here, then you've got an Asda not too far away, just on the starboard side. then next to Asda there is a large Tesco's, so you're really spoilt for choice. And it's quite easy to get petrol from either one of them. The next lock we're coming up to is Dockholm Lock. It's not too far away.
파란 하늘에 핑크빛 구름 네 손에 날개줄 chocolate I'm feeling so good 눈에 보이는 모든 게 예뻐 You already made my day 다가와서 꽉 안아줄 때 충전되는 이 느낌 너와 함께라면 어디든 좋아 지금 이대로면 멈춰도 좋아 뚜렷한 기억 처음 손잡은 그날 누구 건지 모를 palm sweat We'll never let go 헤어지기가 아쉬운 나날들 Oh, you're my sunny day 손을 잡아 너의 주머니에 넣는 나를 바라봐 너와 함께라면 어디든 좋아 지금 이대로면 멈춰도 좋아 더 깊어질 곳이 없는 것 같은데요 for real 깊어져 깊어져만가 나를 향한 네맘 뭐랄까
Okay, so that was quite a struggle actually. Quite tough locks those, and you do need to have your water conservation key. I had to use it about 3 times on that one, which is not that usual. Usually it's a couple of times at most, or 3. Oh yeah, alright. So that was the one and only boat that has passed me today. So if he's just come down the San Diego lock, hopefully it will be in my favour, so it might be a little bit quicker than I thought. I'm not sure whether there's any clog dancers or some other form of entertainment. It usually starts around about sort of 2 o'clock time, so maybe have a look at that. I'm not going to film it this time because I've seen it before. I'm hoping they've got some tea and cake on the go. So I can see the bollards all ready for the lock, so that was a very quick journey. I do like the approach to this lock, and I have used it quite a bit. In my early videos it was used as the opening titles. So the gate was already left open by presumably the boater that I passed didn't bother closing it, or maybe it's one of these that doesn't close very well. So here we are at the San Diego Lock Cottage, and there was indeed some accordion music. Don't think they've done any dancing yet, but time will tell. It's been a lovely day today, travelling from Sawley all the way up to San Diego and taking in the Erie Wash Canal. It's been really good and very, very quiet, and I'm now moored up just outside the Lock Cottage. Apart from a few people going past on the towpath on bikes or taking their dog for a walk, it's very, very quiet as well. There's hardly anybody around. So I'm going to take the opportunity to do a little bit of drilling, some jobs that not going to make too much noise, but I want to do, and that is I want to sort out the ropes on the deck here, because as time's gone on I've added so many different things that it begins to look a bit messy if you're not careful. So for example, when I did my helmsman's course all those months and months ago, the chappie there insisted that I tidied the ropes up at the end of the day in the old sort of spiral, like this one here. The trouble is, when you do this, it takes up half the seat, and to be honest, it looks nice, but to have to keep doing it, it becomes, at the end of the day, it's a bit of a faff. So I'm thinking of utilising the surround here to do something where I can hang the ropes on some proper hooks. So these are the things that I have purchased from a well-known online retailer. They're basically these black velcro straps with a hole at the top to hang it on a hook. So I need to put some hooks in, and then I can put these around the ropes, and hopefully it'll look a whole lot tidier. I've relocated the life ring at the back of the helmsman's seat, which kind of makes sense really. It's easier to reach to, and there's the rope to it, all nice and tidy on all these Velcro straps, which look pretty neat. And then I've got the back rope here just hanging down there, so that's easy to get to as well. There is my starboard centre line. That's quite neatly out of the way. That usually sits around my feet and can easily get wrapped around them, so that's quite nice. To get at this, all you have to do is basically pull the tab and the rope will come off. I think that looks a whole lot neater. I've got my centre line here on this one, the grappling hook on this one. This is a spare fender rope which doesn't get used very often at all. So that's another good job done. So thank you very much. That was Steve's idea to do that. Just trying to create some more room for when we have visitors, passengers that we have to transport through the Hare Castle Tunnel. More of that to come. Really is a really nice end to a very good day. I've certainly enjoyed my visit to the Sandiacre Lock Cottage up the Erewash Canal. The noise that you can hear in the background is the A52, the Brian Clough Way, which connects Nottingham and Derby. And if I could get on that road at the bridge, which is just at the back of me, I could be home with my feet up in about 15 minutes. But I'm really enjoying this tranquil spot here by the Sandiacre Lock Cottage. I guess it's not for everybody, this kind of canal and river life, but I'm certainly going to give it a really good go.